Early in the morning, before the city fully wakes, there is a moment when the streets feel unfinished. A few lights are still on. A delivery truck passes slowly. Someone sweeps the entrance of a small shop. Not yet open, not yet expecting customers. Nothing important seems to be happening. And yet, in that quiet hour, things feel strangely complete. The air is cooler. Sounds are fewer. Movements are slower, more deliberate. No one is trying to impress. No one is rushing toward a future that hasn't arrived. Life, for a brief moment, is simple. Not because there is nothing to do, but because nothing extra is being added. It is easy to overlook this kind of simplicity. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't promise success or happiness. It just exists, quietly, without explanation. And still, something in us recognizes it as true. Many people fear simplicity. They associate it with limitation, with small ambitions, with settling for less. To live simply, they think, must mean giving up on big dreams, meaningful work, or a full life. But simplicity, in its deeper sense, has never meant shrinking life. It means removing what is unnecessary so that what matters can breathe. In Zen, simplicity is not about owning nothing or withdrawing from the world. It is about clarity, about seeing what actually needs your energy and what doesn't. Most of our exhaustion does not come from doing great things. It comes from carrying too many things that don't belong to us. Too many expectations, too many comparisons, too many inner conversations about who we should be. A complicated life often looks impressive from the outside. Busy schedules, constant movement, many goals pursued at once. But inwardly it can feel scattered, pulled apart, always slightly behind itself. A simple life, by contrast, is not empty. It is focused. When your life is simple, your attention gathers. Your energy stops leaking in 1,000 directions. Your mind becomes less noisy, not because problems disappear, but because you are no longer feeding every thought. This kind of simplicity creates strength. Think of a lens. When light is spread out, it warms nothing. When it is focused, it can ignite. Many people who achieve meaningful things live surprisingly simple lives internally. They may work hard, they may carry responsibility, but they are not constantly at war with themselves. They do fewer things, but they do them fully. Zen does not teach ambition or anti-ambition. It simply asks, what are you adding that doesn't need to be there? Often we complicate life because we are afraid. Afraid of being ordinary, afraid of missing out, afraid that without constant effort we will disappear. So we fill our days, we fill our minds, we fill our identities with noise. But simplicity is not disappearance. It is presence. When you live simply, you are not dull or passive. You are available. Available to your work, available to others, available to the moment in front of you. Great things are rarely built from inner chaos. They grow from steadiness. A person who lives simply can sustain effort longer. They burn less energy on self-doubt. They recover faster from failure, because their identity is not tangled in endless narratives. This is why simplicity and achievement are not opposites. Complication feels powerful, but it is fragile. Simplicity feels modest, but it endures. A simple life does not mean you stop dreaming. It means your dreams are no longer crowded by distractions. You begin to recognize the difference between what truly calls you and what merely shouts. You stop chasing every possibility. And because of that, you can walk one path more deeply. In Zen, there is a quiet respect for ordinary actions. Sweeping the floor, making tea, writing a single page. Not because these acts are small, but because they are complete. A life that honors simple actions builds trust with itself. And from that trust, confidence grows naturally. Not the loud confidence that needs approval, but the quiet confidence that knows when to act and when to stop. Simplicity also softens our relationship with time. When life is overloaded, time always feels scarce. There is never enough of it. In a simpler life, time feels wider, not because there is more of it, but because you are no longer fighting it. You stop rushing ahead mentally. You stop replaying everything behind you. This calm does not make you slower. It makes you accurate, and accuracy matters more than speed. A simple life gives you space to notice subtle signals. When something is working, when it isn't, when it's time to persist, and when it's time to let go. These signals are often drowned out in a crowded mind. Perhaps the greatest misunderstanding about simplicity is that it is a final state, something you achieve and then protect. In reality, simplicity is a continuous choice. Again and again you release what weighs you down, not dramatically, not heroically, quietly. You notice when something adds tension instead of meaning, and you let it pass. This kind of living does not make headlines, but it creates a life that can hold both ambition and peace. without tearing itself apart. A simple life is not a smaller life. It is a life with fewer walls inside it. It does not demand that you want less. It invites you to want more clearly. When unnecessary weight falls away, what remains has room to grow. Effort becomes steadier, joy becomes quieter, and direction becomes easier to trust. Perhaps simplicity is not about stepping back from life, but about stepping into it without armor and seeing that this too is enough. If you choose to follow this channel, it truly helps me keep creating and improving these reflections. And if not, that's completely okay. I'm grateful you spent this time here. I'll see you tomorrow in the next episode. Until then, I wish you a calm and peaceful day.